If you're talking about 10% difference or maybe 15%, then that would make sense. But when you talk about 4 times for the same thing, then something doesn't...
To be up in theories, it's to be practical down. What is malaria? What is the disease of muscular systems? What is these going to cost? What and how long time should it take? What drugs should be used and so on? Go down to the nitty-gritty details on the ground. If you do 5, if you do 10, if you do 15, 25, good. I think that's the only way. What do you say about that, Andrew?
I think he's already working on that.
I mean, I thought we were taking one direction, and we're taking one direction. This, I would imagine, we have to discuss at a clinical meeting, okay, with the people providing the services. Whilst the figures here are important to management, I think the detail is not for management to argue about how much should it cost to treat malaria, really. Okay? We are getting there.
And maybe this is what the health center manager's main thing will be, to look at these and see how they're comparing with other centers.
But, I mean, I'm sorry, but from where I come from, where I'm from, having worked in a health system where there is no money, literally no money, there are standard procedures for everything. Everything. But to get there, you start with tomorrow, draw up one for malaria. That's the one that you start. Next week, draw up something else. Don't worry about doing them all and
no, it's not. You can't do them all. I mean, what you are saying is
we're talking
top
about
25.
Top 25, not all.
No, but
Well, we have 12 here. On this list, we have 12. Start with these 12 then.
You may find that if you do the first 4, that might be even the first one.
If
You have taken 20% of all your
with
headaches
this
away.
12, we can save 35 million.
Yes.
It's a huge incentive, even if you're told that 10% of the savings is yours.
Exactly.
3.5 in your pocket.
I fully agree with Philip. Just do malaria. Get started.
One a day.
Learn something from them.
One a day. Boom, 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 boom.
And also, the thing that bothers me is we talk about as long as the overall cost to the company isn't above X. We have no idea what the overall cost to the company should be. We're not zero budgeting if we do it that way. We have to start, I would have thought, by saying this is what it should cost. Add 10% for wastage and all the rest of it. That's the budget. And if it hasn't been achieved, okay, perhaps we shouldn't penalize the staff. We've learned something. But, you know, to say that's what it cost us last year, so take it down 10%, I realize that the time is short, and probably you had no choice, but it's not the right way to do it, is it?
The current budget on historical data, which could be overstated.
Exactly.
If the product we are selling is only giving us 6%, yesterday I tried to raise the issue, but I want to stress my side of understanding. Each product should be able to support itself. Let's say we didn't have the business of cards.
That. We've saved 35 million without even going into fraud. So it's humongous.
Zero-based budget.
Exactly.
And that's the way we should be looking at it, not from historical records, because our historical records are really compromised. At least we believe they're compromised.
You're very right. You're very right. We are serving a given that we are only serving so many members.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very true. Unfortunately, right now we are not able to do so.
When will we then be able to do so?
Time period. I would say within a year.
Within a year?
Well, we can start.
Are you
We
off
have
on
started.
vacation? Or? Are you going on vacation?
I think by the time you fine-tune it, what you're saying, it's not that you wait for a year before you start.
No, he's...
Oh, I see.
I just can't accept a year deadline on a thing like that. There's no way. I don't want to have anything to do with this company. If we would say, oh, in a year time, people in this company understand these things. It is not, oh, we are covered to 250,000, so let the guy cost 250,000 hospital. Out with him if he doesn't need to be there. Because it's our own money. Nobody else. It's our own money that we are wasting on others. And we have no reason to do that.
Can I ask, Jaggi, is the product comparable?
Almost. In fact, if anything, if you are selling it and they had very good salespeople, it's probably superior. It has they have put it under the medical aid scheme program, which means that as long as you're a member and you develop a pre-existing condition while you're a member, they cannot throw you out, which means they will
Do they look after you or do they reimburse?
They look after you after that. The other thing is that they do not have the limitations which we have put regarding the illnesses. The pool is the pool for the family. So
But they are an indemnity.
it's an indemnity, except
Philippa said it. People want their bloody card. Thank God we have a few crosses. Thank God we have a few cards, a few car stickers. We must emphasize the uniqueness in the perception. That is very important in this coming tough year.
I don't feel that
If I have somebody that I'm not happy with,
Have you fired anyone so far?
yeah, I have. I fired a secretary. Yeah, I have.
Good.
She was no good. But I would go so far to say is that I don't have any problems with my staff at the moment. Okay? But if there is a problem, let's not talk about it and then pussyfoot around it. Let's do something about it.
Yeah.
But even
I mean, people ask me what used to make Diners Club very focused. I mean, probably more TQM than Magadi. It's not a magic solution. It's actually a lot of what Bengt is saying, and maybe the culture. Maybe people feel happy.
But something somewhere creates the right electricity. I watched, for example, a company called Reckitt & Coleman. And the first time I went to sell to them.
come first to see us.
My first comment is, before we can authorise your admission, please get your doctor to send us his medical report.
Yeah, but
It's better than it's June 1st.
Is that realistic? Completed that by June 1st for all the hospitals?
No, I mean, we don't even have procedures in the computer, in our IT system. I can't, I said this before, I still can't give you the 25 most common causes of hospitalisation.
So when is that?
Quality analysis so that it can start the second quarter of next year.